Hey, good morning everybody. It's about 9:31 on this Monday, the 5th day in March, if you will. Hard to believe it's the 5th day already of March. And it's hard to believe that we're only about 4 days, 5 days away, or 6 days, 5.5 days away from daylight saving time. It's kind of hard, right? Yet anyway, I thought I'd ask you something. I thought I'd ask a question I'm sure a lot of you probably know the answer to, and some of you may not, but always want to find the answer in some kind of way, if you know what I mean. You want to find the answer, but yet you don't know where that answer could be. Well, sometimes that answer could be right in front of your face and you just don't know it. You see, one of the questions a lot of people have, and it's right there, is how do I convert my 480p retrospect on my camera to full screen? Basically what that means is, widescreen. Basically what I'm saying is, how do I convert what you have seen with some of my videos on camera to what you see where it fills up the entire screen like here on YouTube? In other words, how do you take a camera, how do you take a 48p 4:3 screen, if you will, box screen, and fill it out? How do you do that? How do you go from 4.3 screen to 6.9 widescreen on YouTube? Well, there's many options. There's many kinds of software out there that give you that option. Sometimes software like, say, some of the Vegas Studio ones, some of the Sony Vegas options give you that. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It all depends exactly on what you use. I remember when I used my camcorder, one time I took one of the files that I had, or one of the video, I took the video that I recorded, and I ripped it onto my computer in my bedroom, and then I used my Sony Vegas Studio to see exactly what would happen, and it filled it out a little bit more, not much, just a little bit. But this, believe it or not, does give, but this, among other software, gives you the opportunity. Now I'm not talking about Sony Vegas, no. This video converter software that I'm talking about gives you the option. Because yes, there are converters that do this. The one I'm talking about is called AnyVideo Converter. And what this allows you to do, all depending exactly on how long it goes, and sometimes it depends on whether it reads the file correctly or not. You see, last night, one of the files I put up was my trip to Great America a couple years back. And what happened was it didn't capture the full 5 minutes worth, no. It only captured about a minute or so worth. But that was okay. A minute and a half worth anyway. Now my only option is maybe I ran a limit, but I don't think so because I had done longer videos than that. Or maybe it was just the file itself. I don't know. But what happens is that the 4:3 screen that you would normally see on a lot of my on-camera videos, like I've done before, you would see the black bars, big black bars around them. Well, you don't see that no more thanks to AnyVideo Converter and software just like it. Because you see, even though I've had the AVC, as I like to call it for short, I didn't know it had the option at the bottom, the M2TS, that allows you to go from 480 to 1280. I didn't know that. And you know, my first initial thought was, it'll probably just, make it high def and just keep the boxes and all that. No. What it does is it actually stretches out the picture. That's right, it stretches it out and it fills out the entire screen. In fact, this video is an example of that. It's true, this video is an example of that. I mean, this video could easily be what you've seen before, previous videos, but it's not. It's full screen. And this is not a high definition camera, no. This is my Kodak C182 Easy Share camera, and it got filled out because of the any video converter. Now again, I understand, and as I've mentioned, there are other softwares out there that do the same thing, and they probably do it for a higher rate, like 1080. But this, from what I have seen with many videos, is the highest people can go with it. I mean, if you go 1080, that's great. It's great. You can go 1080. Sell I mean, I know they sell webcams that go from 480 to 1080, and even the 480 webcams fill out the entire screen. I mean, take a look at the Off the Rope show. That happens with theirs, or they probably do what I do. They probably do it in 4:3, but they stretch it out. No, by using a software or a converter or something. But again, this is just one of simpler ways to do this. Now, any video converter, I don't know if it's free, and I don't know if you have to pay for something on it. I think mine was free, I'm not really sure. And again, I don't know if I've reached a limit with it, or what's going on. It would have said something. But the truth is, this would normally be a 480 deal. And if it is 480 and you're seeing black bars around, then hey, that means I couldn't convert it all the way. But still, it's just an example. And you know what? It's not just with your on-camera videos that you do. No. Or your home movies or home videos, whatever you call them. You can actually take clips from certain shows, if you will. That's right, clips from certain programs, shows, whatever, and stretch them out to be full screen. It's true. There are some clips that I have done, you've seen them already, involve characters like Minerva Mink, and a few and some characters from like Tiny Toons and all that. And when you would originally see them, they would just be like, just small. Even when I would put them in high def, they'd be a little small. But get this, with this, you get the whole damn thing. It's like, woo! It's like it's right there, but it's full screen. It's all over. So, my suggestion is try to find a software like the AVC, the Any Video Converter, and use it. Because if you can go if it can convert your file from 480 or even 240, that's right, it goes as far as 240 and converts it that high, then you'll have something. You'll have something special. Now, the only thing I will say is sometimes, depending on how big the file is and how long the file is, like minute-wise, how long, and minute and second-wise, it does take a while for it to adapt. It does take a while to convert it and mux it, as it calls itself, muxing it into the high definition into 720. That's what it is. It takes a while, all depending on the length and everything. And like I say, sometimes it all depends on how much it gets. Like with my Great America one that I mentioned, it didn't get it as much as it should, but it still got it. So I only got a minute and a half, but still that's enough, in my opinion, just to give you a sample of what you're getting. But just to see what I'm talking about, you probably understand. Now, the only disadvantage sometimes, I will say this, is that, let's say with the clips that I'm talking about, sometimes the clips will sometimes go a little overboard. Like the Minerva clips I was talking about. The second one, where she does her thing, if you will, you don't see her after the result. You see her pop up, but you don't see her on the ground in what she becomes. So still, even with the exception of that, it's still pretty good to see these stretched out the way they are. Now, true, you probably do need a high def 720 or 1080p screen, whether it's television or monitor, to see the whole thing. But still, you gotta admit that's pretty damn good. And it is probably the best option right now for those that can't afford to go out and buy 720 or 1080p camcorders. Now I know you're probably saying, well, Brian, the 720s and even some of the 1080ps have gone down in price. Yeah, they have gone down in price, but not entirely. So for people like me and those out there that use, like I say, a camera like say the Kodak C182 Easy Share, or something like from Canon or something, this software, any video converter or any software like it, that allows you to not only convert your video from 480p to high definition 720 or even 1080p, but also allows you to stretch out that video to fill up the entire screen like here on YouTube. That is probably the best option to go financially. And if you can get it for free like I did, go for it. So that's all I'm going to say. Comment down below, tell me what you guys think. Hopefully this helped you guys out, and I'll talk to you later.